Hello, coin enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1974 Lincoln penny, a coin that, at first glance, might seem ordinary but holds a wealth of history and potential value that could surprise you. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into numismatics, this video will uncover the stories, the rarities, and the current market insights surrounding this iconic piece of American currency. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909, was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, its reverse side showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo introduced in 1959. The 1974 edition continued this tradition, with the obverse displaying Lincoln's portrait and the reverse featuring the memorial. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1974 pennies were produced in massive numbers, with over 4 billion struck, making them a staple in everyday transactions. While most 1974 pennies are worth only their face value, certain factors can elevate their worth significantly. Philadelphia No Mint Mark approximately 4.2 billion pennies were minted here. These coins are common and typically hold minimal value unless in exceptional condition. Denver D Mint Mark around 4.2 billion pennies were produced in Denver. Like their Philadelphia counterparts, they are abundant and generally not valuable unless in pristine condition. San Francisco S Mint Mark with about 409 million pennies minted, these are less common and can be more valuable, especially in uncirculated or proof conditions. The U.S. Mint produced 2,612,568 proof 1974 Lincoln pennies at the San Francisco Mint. These coins feature sharper details and a mirror-like surface, making them highly sought after by collectors. Depending on their grade, these proof coins can range in value from $1 to over $1,200. The condition of a coin is paramount in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. For instance, Mint State 65 read a well-struck coin with minimal imperfections. A proof coin with sharp details and minimal flaws. Coins in higher grades, such as MS 67 or PR 69, can command significantly higher prices. Beyond standard issues, certain 1974 pennies have unique characteristics that make them exceptionally valuable. In 1974, the U.S. Mint experimented with aluminum as a potential material for pennies. Approximately 1.5 million aluminum cents were produced, but they were never released into circulation. Only a few of these aluminum cents have survived, and they are considered among the rarest and most valuable U.S. coins. One example is housed at the Smithsonian Institution, while another is in private hands and is believed to be worth over $100,000, although its ownership is legally questionable. Some 1974 pennies exhibit a double die error, where the design elements appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These errors are particularly noticeable on the date, Liberty, and In God We Trust inscriptions. Depending on the severity of the doubling and the coin's condition, these can fetch anywhere from $50 to over $1,400 at auction.as of 2025. The market values for 1974 Lincoln pennies vary based on their type, condition, and rarity. Standard circulated coins generally worth their face value unless in exceptional condition. Uncirculated coins approximately $1 for Philadelphia and Denver mint marks. Around $5 for San Francisco mint marks. Proof coins range from $5 to over $1,200, depending on the coin's finish and condition. Double die obverse errors can range from $50 to over $1,400, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's grade. Aluminum pennies extremely rare, with some examples potentially worth over $100,000, though their legality for private ownership is questionable. If you believe you have a valuable 1974 penny, consider the following steps. Examine the mint mark. Check for the presence of a mint mark D or S beneath the date. Inspect for errors. Look for double design elements, especially on the date and inscriptions. Assess the condition. Evaluate the coin's condition using the Sheldon scale. Consult experts. Seek the opinion of a professional numismatist or submit the coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Research market trends. Monitor auction results and price guides to stay informed about current market values. The 1974 Lincoln penny, while common in everyday transactions, holds a rich history and potential for collectors. By understanding its various types, recognizing rare errors, and properly assessing its condition, you can uncover the hidden value within your coin collection. Remember, in the world of numismatics, knowledge is as valuable as the coins themselves. Have you ever checked your loose change and wondered if one of those old pennies might actually be worth a small fortune? Well, what if I told you that a simple 1976 Lincoln penny, yes, the 1-cent coin with Abraham Lincoln's face on it, might just be sitting in your drawer right now, worth way more than its face value? That's right. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of the 1976 Liberty Lincoln penny, its history, secrets, minting quirks, and the surprising reasons why collectors and coin experts are shelling out serious money for certain versions of this coin. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's uncover the hidden value in this seemingly ordinary piece of copper. Let's rewind the clock to 1976, a year of fireworks, freedom, and the grand celebration of the United States bicentennial. While quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins received special commemorative designs to mark America's 200th birthday, the humble Lincoln penny kept its traditional appearance. But don't let that fool you. Just because the 1976 Lincoln cent didn't get a flashy redesign doesn't mean it's not special. So what makes the 1976 penny interesting? First, a little background. On the front of the coin, we have the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has been in use since 1909, making it the longest-running design in U.S. coinage history. Above Lincoln's head, you'll see the word Liberty, boldly stamped, and to the right, the date 1976. It looks ordinary, right? But here's where it gets fascinating. These coins were minted in large numbers. In 1976 alone, over 8 billion Lincoln cents were produced, specifically 4.2 billion at the Philadelphia Mint and around 4.6 billion at the Denver Mint, which you can identify by the small D mint mark under the date. That massive production makes it seem like these pennies would be worthless today. But hidden among those billions are rare varieties, minting errors, and well-preserved coins that are now commanding serious premiums. Let's start with the key factor in determining a penny's value: condition. A circulated 1976 penny is usually worth just its face value. But if you happen to find one in pristine, Uncirculated condition meaning no scratches, no wear, no damage. Then you're looking at a coin that could fetch anywhere from $1 to over $20 from collectors, depending on its grade. And that's just for starters. Now, let's talk about grading. The coin grading scale ranges from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 1976 Lincoln penny graded MS 65 or higher, MS stands for mint state, can be worth significantly more. In fact, coins graded MS 67 red or better have been auctioned for over $100. Yes, a single penny, but wait, it gets better. Let's talk about errors. This is where things get really exciting. Due to the enormous number of coins being produced, mistakes were inevitable. These error coins are the holy grail for collectors. Ever heard of a double die? That's when the coin's image is struck twice, slightly offset, creating a blurry or doubled appearance, especially on the lettering or date. A 1976 double die Lincoln penny is rare and extremely valuable. Depending on the strength of the doubling and the coin's condition, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Then there are off-center strikes where the coin wasn't properly aligned in the press. If a 1976 penny was struck off-center by 50% or more and the date is still visible, you might be looking at a coin worth $50 to $200 or more. Other error types include clipped planchets, die cracks, or even coins struck on the wrong metal. Some 1976 pennies have been discovered struck on dime planchets, giving them a silvery color and a thinner size. These errors are incredibly rare and have sold for upwards of $1,000 at auction. Now, let's talk market value. You might be wondering, what's the current market like for these coins? The truth is, coin collecting, also called numismatics, has seen a massive boom in recent years. Rare coin values have skyrocketed thanks to online marketplaces, collectors' forums, and increased awareness. That means a high-grade or error 1976 penny, once dismissed as pocket change, is now a serious commodity. If you check recent auction sites or coin appraisal platforms, you'll see that well-preserved 1976 Lincoln pennies graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can list for anywhere between $50 and $1,000, depending on condition, rarity, and demand. So, how do you know if your 1976 penny is valuable? First, check the mint mark. Look for unusual features like doubling, off-center strikes, or incorrect metal coloring. Second, assess the condition. The less wear and more original red shine it has, the better. Third, consider getting it graded professionally. A certified grade boosts its authenticity and resale value, and if you find one with an odd weight or strange metallic tone, don't ignore it. It could be a transitional error or wrong planchet error, which are exceptionally rare and valuable. Even if you don't find a rare error or MS-67 grade, collecting these coins is a fascinating hobby that connects you with American history. That little penny in your palm? It might have traveled through hands for almost 50 years. It might have seen gas stations in the 70s, school cafeterias in the 80s, and soda machines in the 90s. But today, it could be your ticket to a collector's payday, or just a treasured piece of numismatic history. So next time you're sorting through spare change, take a closer look. That 1976 Lincoln penny with Liberty on the side might just be worth a lot more than 1 cent. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You never know what treasures are hiding in your pocket. Where we explore the hidden gems in your pocket change. Today we're diving deep into a coin that millions of Americans have probably tossed aside without a second thought: the 1979 Lincoln cent. That's right, the humble 1-cent coin. But what if I told you that this small piece of copper could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's explore the secrets, history, and real value behind the 1979 Lincoln penny, including the rare errors and varieties that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for right now in the market. You don't want to miss this. Let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, first minted to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. But the 1979 Lincoln penny, like many from the late 70s, often gets overlooked. So what makes it special? Well, the 1979 penny came out at a time of change. The U.S. Mint was transitioning technologies and updating designs. And although the coin might look plain at first glance, a closer look reveals some fascinating details and rare varieties that can make collectors' hearts race. First, let's talk about what the 1979 Lincoln cent is made of. By that time, the penny was composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. That's important, because copper prices have increased drastically over the years. A single copper penny from that era actually contains almost 2 cents worth of metal today. But hold up, melting pennies for their metal is illegal in the US. Still, it's a cool reminder that these old coins hold real material value. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. On the front of the coin, known as the obverse, you'll see the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln. Above him is the word Liberty, and to the right, the year 1979. Just below the year, you might spot a tiny letter, a mint mark, which tells you where the coin was made. There are 3 main versions: no mint mark, which means it was minted in Philadelphia, a D, which stands for Denver, and an S, which stands for San Francisco. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most 1979 pennies are only worth face value, just 1 cent. But certain versions and rare minting errors can make them far more valuable. Let's break it down. If you have a 1979 S penny, that means it was minted in San Francisco and most likely intended to be a proof coin. Proof coins are made with special dies and polished planchets, giving them a mirror-like surface. Now within the 1979 S proofs, there are 2 varieties, Type 1 and Type 2. The Type 1 has a filled-in S mint mark, and the Type 2 has a clearer, more distinct S. The Type 2 variety is rarer and commands a higher price. As of today, a pristine 1979 S Type 2 penny in a perfect proof 70 condition, that's the highest grade you can get, can sell for over $500 or more at auction. But that's just the beginning. Let's talk about era coins, because that's where the big money can come in. Some of the most sought-after era coins include double die obverse, where the letters and numbers on the front of the coin appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Off-center strikes, where the design is not centered on the coin, leading to a crescent shape with missing detail. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to a blanking error. Die cracks or cuts, where parts of the coin look raised or distorted due to a damaged die. Collectors go wild for these. A 1979 penny with a dramatic off-center strike or a bold double die can sell for hundreds of dollars depending on condition and rarity. So, how much can your 1979 Lincoln cent be worth? Here's a quick guide based on the latest market trends. Circulated 1979 pennies with no mint mark or a mint mark are generally worth 1 to 3 cents due to copper content. Uncirculated coins in mint state condition can sell for between $1 and $10, depending on the grade. A 1979 D and MS67 red condition has been known to fetch upwards of $200 at auction. A 1979 S-Type 2 proof in PR70 condition can sell for $500 or more. Rare error coins like a dramatic double die or off-center strike can bring in $100 to over $1,000 depending on visibility and grade. So what should you do if you have some 1979 pennies lying around? Here's what I recommend. Check for the mint mark, especially look out for the S, and whether it's type 1 or type 2. Look closely for errors. A good magnifying glass or coin loop is your best friend. Assess the condition. Coins with no wear, bright red luster, and sharp details are far more valuable. Consider professional grading for any coins you think may be rare or high value. Sending them to PCGS or NGC can authenticate and significantly increase resale value. Keep an eye on the market. Values can fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and auction trends. Here's the crazy part: many of these rare coins are still out there in jars, drawers, and rolls of coins at the bank. People don't realize they might be holding a small fortune right in their hands. Imagine turning 1 penny into $500 or more. That's why coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a treasure hunt. So next time you get change at the grocery store or crack open your old coin jar, take a good look at those 1979 pennies. You never know, you might just strike copper gold. If you found this video helpful, informative, or just cool, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more coin videos, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next rare coin deep dive. Let me know in the comments, have you ever found a valuable 1979 penny? I'd love to hear your story.